Right, get in here, get in here, get in here. We were talking about setting boundaries and not dealing with insecure men. Okay. I don't care how wonderful, kind, smart, whatever he may be. You cannot deal with an insecure man ever. You will never have a healthy relationship with an insecure man. I had to leave off early because my battery went out on my phone, so I had to recharge. I was like, what's going on? I didn't realize it wasn't properly plugged in. But regardless, I'm back, okay? You will never have a healthy relationship with an insecure man. Don't even try. Right? You will I just read what Exo Design said. I cannot read that out loud, but that was really funny. Um, yeah. You will never have a healthy relationship with the insecure man. Ever. Ever. He will self-sabotage it, even if you are trying to be healthy in that relationship. You can try to make the relationship great. He will find a way to ruin it. You cannot deal with him. He feels inferior and therefore he will behave. He will behave inferior. I'm sorry, I was reading something. Or an insecure friend. Do not ever have friendships with people who try to compete with you. I have another video coming out about this. You can never have a relationship with someone who tries to compete with you on any front. That girl where every time you go out and you see a man, she got to go run after him. Stop hanging out with her. Because it's not about her trying to take a man or nothing like that, her trying to take a woman or vice versa. It's about they're insecure. Don't ever hang out with them. That girl who always got to one-up you, girl, please stop hanging out with her. Okay? You all, let me say this. If you're a beautiful person, man or woman, but especially women, your beauty can be like a magnet to attract a lot of beautiful things about you, right? A lot of beautiful things to you, I should say. Your beauty can also be a major source of issues and drama for your life. You said, the advice you've given me is the reason my life is so good. Oh my God, thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. I want to fix your comment right there. They will ruin your life. They'll try to ruin your life. Girl, let me tell you this. If you are beautiful, don't let insecure people around you. If you are smart, don't let insecure people around you. If you're doing more than the people who you are around, girl, find new friends. I'm serious. If you're financially successful compared to the people around you, get away from them quickly unless those people are extremely secure and they want you to win. You said, where do we meet secure men? Where do we meet secure men? You become a secure woman. You become the best version of yourself and you go out there to wherever you like to socialize, the places where you go do the things you like to do. And then let that be the thing that attracts men. You're everywhere. There are amazing secure men everywhere we go, just like there's insecure men everywhere we go. We magnetize ourselves to them by being the best version of ourselves. You said you have a lot of silent haters you got to get rid of. Get rid of them quickly. Girl, I was surrounded by silent haters at one point in time, and those devils tried to ruin my life. They tried. You see what I'm saying? People will try you. They will try you, and get away from them. Please get away from them. Please get away from them, honey. Okay? Because even if you're resilient and they don't really do anything to you, them trying still can affect your heart, still can affect your mind. Yeah. You don't want to go through that kind of stuff. Just get rid of them. You didn't got to tell them why you get rid of them. Just stop calling them. Do you know that's the easiest way to get somebody out your life? Stop calling them. Stop talking to them. How do I end this relationship that's unhealthy? Stop talking to them. Isn't that ghosting them? Since when does everybody deserve a speech and a conversation? Since when? Girl, I don't do that. Mm-mm. Unless we was like in an all-out relationship, like dating or something like that, I'm not having no conversation with you about shit. Isn't it all? Nothing. It's just we not talking no more. Girl, I ain't heard from you in a while. You can see me in the streets like, girl, where you been? I ain't talked to you in a while. Girl, I could be fake as fuck if I need to. Where you been? I've been good. I've been really good. How you doing? Mm-hmm. I've been really good. How are you? It's such a blessing to see you. Wow, it's really good to see you. I hope you're doing well too. Yeah, we will have to catch up. You see how you do that? You see how you handle that? That's how I would handle it. Why we need a conversation? It's understood. I don't deal with you. So that's how you deal with them. Okay. Let me see here. I'm reading your next questions here. I'm not drinking wine. It's actually water. If you haven't talked to me in a while, there's a reason, and it's probably them. That's true. All right. Yes, that's right. You just keep it moving. Here's my thing that you have to understand. There's not so many people on this earth. If they've already hurt you, done you dirty, I had to cut off somebody not that long ago. You don't know what happened? I found out that they were talking about me behind my back. They accidentally sent me the message that they intended to send someone else. And here's the thing. It was a negative message about me. Yeah. I saw it. Now, of course, I'm a human being. So, of course, I was like, I want to say something. I'm going to call them out. Say, look, what did you just say? Whatever. But do we do that? Do we lower ourselves to that level? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. See what I did? I blocked them. Blocked them. I blocked them. Yeah, no conversation needed. Because you didn't have a conversation with me about the fact that you were talking about me behind my back. You didn't have a conversation with me about the fact that you probably did not see me as a friend in the same light that I saw you as a friend. So what I caught you doing was not the first time you did it. You've probably done it many times, and this is just the time you got caught. That one day was not the time that this was not the first time that you just decided to talk negatively about me. You've been doing it. So if you didn't owe me the courtesy of telling me that you were betraying my trust, why do I owe you the courtesy of giving you a conversation about why I don't deal with you no more? You didn't earn that. When someone betrays you, hurts you, treats you poorly, they don't deserve a conversation. Because you didn't deserve to be treated like that. Did you? No. So that's no conversation. I block you. And I keep it moving. And I keep the receipts. So if you want to run your mouth and try to do me dirty, because, people get blocked and they want to try to make you look like the villain for stuff that they did, baby, I don't mind. I can air this whole thing out. I will air this whole thing out. Okay? It's cool. It's cool. But we ain't got to go there. We can just let this be peaceful. I don't deal with you and you don't deal with me. Cut them off. All right? You see where I'm going? Let me see what's my next one. You said this is therapy for you? Well, I'm not a therapist, but I'm glad that this is helping you. I'm a coach. Let's see here. I'm reading the questions. You said, don't they deserve to be cussed out? No, cussing out takes your energy. Here's the problem with cussing people out. When I was a young broad, I used to cuss them out. Girl, I would show up. Can we have a conversation? It's like a reality show reunion. I'm showing up looking all pretty. Can we have a conversation before I'm cussing them out? That does nothing but make you look weak, make you look emotionally uncontrolled. It validates them because they say, look, I knew you was always like that. I told people you was like this. I'm not giving you that benefit. I'm going to be nice as hell. I'm going to be fake as fuck too. I am going to be so fake to you. I see you in the streets. You expected me to go off. You expected me to be nasty to you. You expected it. You want it. Girl, I will never. Hold my glass. I see you out and about. They're over there. Friends like, there goes so-and-so over there. Don't look. I'm like, no, I'm going to look. I don't mind. I'm bold. What you going to do? I'm going to look over there. I'm so bold, baby. I'll block you for 3 years and see you in public and be like, you look pretty. Oh. Girl. Honey, I'm an actress. I'm going to let the whole room be confused. They be like, how he being nice to that one over there? I thought they didn't get along. Child, by the time I walk out that room, they be like, oh my God, Malcolm is so sweet. He's so kind. Look, he was so nice to him. After everything he'd been saying about, that dude had been saying about Malcolm, Malcolm was so nice. And everything she said about him, he was so nice. He said nothing but nice things. If you want to make someone look horrible, especially after they've talked crazy about you, talk very nice about them in public. Extremely nice. They will look awful. In fact, the worse they said about you, the worse they'll look. Like, I think they're fabulous. They're wonderful. They're out there. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Your mom's good? Oh, that's so good. You tell her I'm praying for her. Okay. Girl, how have you looking like a fucking insane asylum patient? Drive you crazy. Mm-hmm. Why? Because it's called emotional regulation. I'm not going to allow you to take me down. You see what I'm saying? You got to be cold as ice, baby. You got to be cold as ice. And y'all think you being cold by shutting them out. I'm not going to talk to you. That's not being cold, baby. That's hot as fire. That's anger just showing through silence. You don't do all that. No, baby, we do it a different way. You'll rarely hear me say just like I can't stand somebody. I cut you off completely. So between you and I, you know I don't deal with you. But in the public eye, it's so good to see you. You look beautiful. Wow. Oh my goodness. It has been a long time. 3 years. It's just been busy and you. Good. Oh, it's such a blessing to see you. You look wonderful. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. You have a good one. Good. Mm-hmm. Girl, bye. And I'll say this, I feel so much better doing that than cussing people out. I feel so much better doing that. It's gratifying. And I love. People say, I can never do that. Oh my God, MJ, I can never hold myself together like that. You could actually. Once you do it, once you feel how good it feels, you'll do it every time. You will do it every single time. Trust me. Trust me, it feels so good. Everybody's looking at you, when you gonna break, when you gonna flip. And you're there like this. Smiling. So good to see you guys. Oh, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. Mm-hmm. What's my next question? I think you got the point. How do you know a friend is just setting healthy boundaries with their time versus they don't prioritize you the same way that you do them? Quick question. Why are you setting the standard for how your friend should treat you based on how you treat them? Let me take a step further. You think that because you make XYZ time and because you prioritize them in a certain way, why do they have to prioritize you in the same way? Y'all are not conjoined twins. You all are allowed to be in one another's lives to be connected, but not operate the same way. We're adults. And I'm not saying that your friend shouldn't put effort into you, but I'm just saying treat people according to how they treat you. Give them as much time as they give to you. If they're working, they're busy, or life is just happening in a way where they can't give you that much time, that's not a bad thing. It just means that at this stage of their life and their relationship with you, this is what they can do. So adjust accordingly. I keep making time for you. I keep calling you and texting. You don't text me back. Just stop calling and stop texting so much. How about this? Don't talk to them until they reach out to you for the next time. Right? Then you reach out to them after that. They're not giving you less time or energy. Their life just may not allow them to get that to you. Do you think that this person's sitting here cutting their toenails saying, let me not call you? I could call her now, but you know what? I don't feel like it. Let me just keep cutting my nails. It's probably other things happening in life. Maybe they got a new man. That's worth spending less time with your friends. I don't care what nobody say. All right? I'm not saying cut your friends off, but if you got a new man or a new woman and you really interested in them, you trying to nurture that relationship, yes, put some time into that. Your friend ain't gonna always be available for happy hour. Ain't gonna always be available for shooting the shit at 10 o'clock at night, talking on the phone until 1 o'clock in the morning. Why would I talk to you on the phone all night when I got my man here? Well, you used to make time for me. Well, I got a man now. Find a man so you can have something to do. Well, find something else to do. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying cut them off completely. I'm saying, yeah, That's what happens when people have children, new relationships, new jobs, grieving, depression, all these things, good and bad. It changes their availability and their desire to be in communication. I know she could scroll all night on Instagram, but she can't return my calls. Yeah, absolutely. Because maybe her scrolling all night on Instagram was her mental therapy just to help her unplug from a difficult day. And talking to you was work. Because when she talked to you, she got to hear your problems, got to hear your stuff and everything like that. Some of y'all think that your friends cutting back on you. The truth of the matter is they love you, but they just don't like dealing with you sometimes. I got some people in my life where, girl, I love them to death. I love them to death. But I don't call them that often. And when they call me, I avoid the call sometimes. Why? Because being in conversation with them is draining to me. It's draining. I don't want you to call me and I got to sit and talk about what's going on. You're like, oh my God, let me update you and everything that happened for me. Girl, I'm not your coach. I'm not your therapist. I don't want to hear all this. And maybe back in the day, I was okay with hearing all that, but that's just how I like boundaries back then. I didn't know how to tell you I didn't like it. But at almost 40 years old, I don't want to sit and do this. After I went through a full day of work and life, now I'm supposed to sit on here for 3 hours, 2 hours, shoot 1 hour, listen to you. And you're not even venting. You're just emotionally unloading onto me. Call somebody else whose time is far less valuable than mine to talk to about this because I don't care. Oh my God, guess what happened? Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. Somebody hit me up the other day talking about something. Oh my God, we got to catch up. I have to tell you about everything that happened to me. And you just let me know why to block your calls every time you call me from now on. Because I don't want to talk to you about that. And I know there are probably some people walking in saying, oh my God, he just stopped calling me. He stopped doing this. No, I didn't stop talking to you. I just got tired of the emotional work of being in communication with you. I love being your friend. I just didn't like your lack of boundaries. And frankly, I got too old and too just to want to communicate that. Who wants to sit up here and tell someone, can you stop emotion unloading on me? I'm at a place in my life where I don't want to have to tell people, don't do this, don't do that, don't do the other. I kind of at a place in my life where I'm like, if you don't get what should be an obvious boundary for any adult, or at least for adults that I mesh with, then we ain't got to be cool. Well, how would they know that they shouldn't do that if you didn't tell them? If they don't have enough emotional intelligence to know that you don't call another adult and emotionally unload on them all the time, if they don't have the emotional intelligence to figure that out, we're not made for each other. I'm not here to raise no grown folks. I like people who already kind of understand that. You hear where I'm going with that? All right. Let's see here. How to get your sparkle back by doing things that make you feel good about you. Put yourself first. Do the things that make you feel good about you. I learned to say, I don't have the mental capacity to listen to you right now. You learned that from me? Thank you, baby. Let me see. What's my next question? How do you leave your spouse of 6 years that you've constantly tried talking to but nothing changes? It's sad to think. You want to hear my song? I got a song for you. We're not gonna make it. Y'all sing with me, sing with me. Y'all know this is Gladys Knight's Neither One of Us. And it's gotten to the point where we can't face it. This is my music. Ooh, for some ungodly reason. I'm going to listen to this after this. We just won't let it die. Let it die. I guess neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. Girl, he probably want to leave you too. Sometimes we be thinking, well, how am I going to leave him? He want to leave you too probably because if you're unhappy, he feel it. 6 years, I'm sure you just ain't become happy in year 6. You probably been unhappy for years. She probably want to leave you too. But now y'all got the courage to say it. That's how I think about it when you do a breakup. Like, he know I don't like him. He probably done settled in his mind he gonna get left anyway. He just waiting it out. So let me just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna free both of us. You get where I'm going with that? So how do you leave? Well, you make your plan on leaving first. Where you gonna live, how you gonna handle it, whatever you do, make your plan. Get your ducks in a row. Then it's deuces, leave. 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 You see what I'm saying? Leave them. So I will leave in a minute, honey. I will leave you in a hot packet. Man. And I know it'll be confusing for some men because I'd be so nice. I ain't like you broads. I'm not going to cuss no man out. I don't do all that. I even make sure that I know. Hold on. My thing is, though, I was watching a video edit. I'm not going to cuss no man out. I ain't doing all that. I tell him, baby, this isn't working. I feel like I need this. This is really important to me. I hope we can find a way to deal with this. I'm so sweet about how I say it. I'm so sweet about how I say it. And I've got men who got mad at me about this. Because when I finally have broken up with them and left, and they'd be like, what? I had no idea you weren't happy. You said those things that time, but multiple times, but I didn't know that you wanted to leave. It's like, well, yeah, baby, I was telling you what I needed, and you didn't do it. So, I mean, of course, I wasn't going to take the consequences of me leaving because I didn't know that was the consequence at the time. I just thought I would tell you what my needs were. And then when you ultimately just chose not to do those things, it occurred to me that this just may not be a fit for me. But guess what? This is a blessing for us both because I've been asking you to become a version of yourself that you don't want to become. And that's not fair to you. You should be with someone who accepts you exactly as you are. I'm not that person. I'm not. But that doesn't mean that someone out there doesn't exist I'm sure there are people out there that exist who will. I'm sure not that. Uh-huh. So it's a blessing for us both. Don't think of it as me breaking up with you. No, don't think of it that way. Think of it as me presenting the conversation that I'm sure you would have brought up eventually. Mm-hmm. This is a blessing. I think we should just feel so blessed to be in this position together, that we're able to move into the next stage of our life. It was no arguments, fussing, fighting. Can I get a hug? Bring it in. I've done that before. I've done that before. I'm breaking up with you and you didn't even realize. Like, dang, that felt so good. That felt really good. Like, he was so nice about that. Mm-hmm. And you text me and they say, hey, beautiful. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, hey, we're still going to dinner. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't think he realized I broke up with him. That's the trade-off. Sometimes I could be so nice in my approach, my boundaries, and they'd be like, I didn't know we broke up. Did we broke up? Yeah, we did. What, again, we're not calling it a breakup. No, we've transitioned into a platonic connection. Isn't that beautiful? I just love this. We're in such a good place, aren't we? Dinner. Well, probably not tonight. Probably not tonight. We'll figure that out sometime in the distant future. But for right now, let's just bask in our new platonic connection. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. I love this. I love this for us. When I'm done with you, girl, there is nothing you can say to me to change my mind. Nothing. And that's why I don't have to be mean. That's why you ain't got to be mean and fuss and yell and blah, 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 blah. Girl, no, we don't got to do all that. Be nice. Be nice. What are some ways I've broken up with a guy before? I remember one time when I really learned this approach works, I went to the guy. We've been together for a very long time. And I said to him, I was like, babe, let's talk. He's like, yeah, what's up? I said, you are such an amazing guy. You are handsome. You are smart. I mean, I feel fortunate to have been able to be in a relationship with you. And you feel the same way about me, don't you? He's like, yeah, I really do. You're incredible. I was like, thank you. And it's because we feel this way towards each other and we respect each other so much that I think that we both deserve to be in relationships with people who can truly value us. You know what I mean? And with the way we disagree about things, I don't know that we're those people for each other. What you mean? That's what they said. What do you mean? I said, well, don't you feel that you deserve to be happier than this relationship makes you? I said just like that. He said, yeah, I think so. Exactly. And he says, are you breaking up with me? I said, I'm not breaking up with you. No, I'm not breaking up with you. What I'm doing is I'm just introducing the idea of us transitioning into the next phase of our relationship, which is a platonic connection. Because I want to be in your life, and I know you want to be in my life. And I think that we're going to have a much more beautiful connection if we focus on friendship. Is that something you'd be open to exploring with me? Bitch. We went out with sushi afterwards. It was lovely. It was lovely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I helped him find his next apartment. So it was lovely. Mm-hmm. He paid for it, but I helped him find it. Mm-hmm. Because we could not live together anymore. No. It was a lovely scene. And you think I'm joking. You think I'm joking, but I'm so serious. I don't believe in bad breakups. I do not believe in bad breakups, and I don't date people who believe in bad breakups. I do not. I believe that there is an amicable way to resolve anything. And the only people who can't resolve things amicably are traumatized people and crazy people. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. Mm-hmm. You said you lucky he didn't bop you. No, I would never date a man who's nuts. I don't date crazy men. I would have never been. We would have never gotten a relationship if he was violent in the first place. No. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nathan. No. He was a very calm man, a very logical man. And logical people are able to have logical conversations. You're able to come to very amicable terms. That's why I say don't date insecure men. Insecure men are inherently stupid. They are. They're stupid. And stupid men tend to be more violent. Am I lying? If you have ever been in a physically abusive relationship, it was probably with an insecure man, right? Right? And he probably was not that bright in some areas. Right? Insecure men are stupid. And they're prone to violence. And they don't know how to regulate themselves emotionally. And they are the most likely ones to cheat on you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? So with that said, when I say don't date insecure men, what I'm saying is don't date an abuser. Because he's probably going to abuse you one day. If not physically, emotionally. Verbally, for sure. Because he's insecure. Right? How do I make you work with my insecure man? Well, you work towards figuring out how to break up with him. That's my opinion. Right? That's what we do. We leave the duds so we can find a stud. Now they're really going to think I'm a lesbian. Because I was joking before. I said I have the lesbian haircut now, and I love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. I love the lesbians. I love the lesbians. Okay. If I wasn't a gay, I'd be a lesbian. Mm-hmm. I don't have the right parts for it, but we'd figure it out. Let me see here. How do you tell someone that you don't like the comments they make during intimacy in the beginning stage of dating? So when you all been intimate, being grown, they make some comments during those sessions, and you don't like that. Okay, there's a number of things that we have to deal with these men. Because some of these men, do you know who's at fault? It's you women. It's you women that came before us. Because when they get to us and they be doing all this weird stuff, from what they saying to what they be doing with their hands, I'm not going into detail, whatever. And you'd be like, who taught you this was good to do? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Like, you're going to yank them off. Stop. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, who taught you that this was the way to make me happy? What woman or man, for that matter, sat here and tolerated this and complimented you on this horrible performance? You see where I'm going? So here's my thoughts. If you really like this person, you have to bring it up in a way that is still affirming. So the way I would bring it up would be like this. I would bring it up as a conversation. I'm like, baby. People like, what? Nothing. He's like, what? I'm like, yesterday, last night. uh-huh. Uh-huh. He's like, for real? Like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Amazing. He's like, for real? I'm like, uh-huh. Compliment him first. Men's ears open up when you touch the ego. The ego's like a button that makes their ears open. Then he'd be like, what you like? Like, when we doing that, what you like? What kind of things you like? He'd be like, he's like, what you mean? I'm like, what kind of things you like? Get him to tell you some stuff. He'd be like, for real? Everything he say, be like, damn, oh, wow. Because you're going to learn some things he likes, right? And he'd be like, what you like? And like, there's nothing that takes me there better than just quiet intimacy. He like, for real? Oh. Because the thing is, there's some men, and I notice you do it a little bit too, but it's not that big a deal. Girls, when we say that, we really mean it is a big deal, but whatever. And I know you do it too, but it's not a big deal. But yeah, some men just talk so much, and it's distracting. I just love it quiet. I just want to hear us connecting. Of course, be more explicit. I'm not being explicit because I'm online, obviously. You can be more explicit when you talk face to face with them. He like, for real? Mm-hmm. The quieter, the better. So no noise, none. He gonna get the hint. You see what I'm saying? And it's the way to do it. Mm-hmm. I would say that. Mm-hmm. Or if they do something you don't like, just move their hands. Be like, stop. Like, A good works. It does work pretty well. Say it gently, but Be like, because they don't be knowing what to do. Men don't know what to do. They're guessing. They really are. They're guessing. Trust me. They're guessing. Because they may have been with somebody else, but they try and guess what to do with you. They be nervous. So they want instructions. Trust me on that. They rather you tell them what works and what don't work than them having to guess and do it wrong. You know what I mean? And so, because girl, let me tell you this. It's not just y'all. It affects us on our side too with the gays too. You would think, oh, he should know because you're another guy, girl. Girl. They don't. Because we don't do the same. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so they don't be knowing. And you just be like. So to me, I feel like the first couple experiences, they just may not know, and that's okay. But I'm a teacher. I'm a teacher. Okay? How do I tell? Oh, no, I already read that one. Naked. Do you think having children from a previous relationship makes you less valuable in the dating market? I'm asking this because I've been told this twice by two different men who are weak, disgusting, and beneath you. Those men are weak, disgusting, and beneath you. Okay, are there men who don't want to be with someone who got kids? Yeah. Just like there are women who don't want to be with a man who got kids. Okay, that's on both sides. But why would you let... That's like you're a Rolls Royce, right? But then there's somebody else, there's somebody out there, a guy, for example, who only has the money to buy a Honda. Honda's a great car, but it's just not you. And he comes into the dealership and looks at the Rolls Royce. And he starts saying, this car ain't got this. This car is so expensive. This guy said, I never want a car that costs this much. What is Rolls Royce supposed to do? Decrease their price to accommodate him? Or accept the fact that, generally speaking, when people feel inferior to you or intimidated by you, or like they can't really offer you anything, then they try to point out or find flaw with you. Because there are plenty of men out here who would see a woman with children as a gift, as long as, of course, you managing your children well and managing a relationship with their co-parent good, right? Whoever the father is, right? Or mom, whoever the co-parent is. All things being equal, if everything is all golden and crispy and wonderful, there are men out here who would be like, oh my God, I love that. I get a ready-made family. I love this. Why not? You know what I mean? But then there are men out here who they see women and they're like, oh shoot, that means more bills. I got to deal with this, got to deal with that. There are men out here who don't want kids, and you should find that as a blessing, who don't want to raise your kids, right? Because of the fact that they know they wouldn't be a good father. And they already know they're a failure in so many parts of their life, and they don't want a new area to remind them that they're a failure in this area. So them not wanting to be in your children's life is not because something wrong with you. It's because they know that if they tried to be a parent, that would be shining such a glaring light on their inherent ability to fail at everything that's worth doing. And they don't want you to see them as inferior, because the thing is, you could see him as being somewhat, sufficient, even. Not even superior, but just sufficient. If you see him only in limited spaces and places. But then if you put him in the role as being a co-parent, you would see all the flaws, all the unresolved trauma. You would see how inherently, how do I put it? Broken he is, and incapable of being not just a good partner, but a good parent even. So of course he's going to bow out of that experience, because he's not capable. It's not that I want kids of my own. A man who wants to be a father, or a man who's capable of fathering, is going to find a way to step into that role through whatever way it comes to his life, because he recognizes that while yes, he may be coming in and becoming a co-parent of your children if you all move that far, right? He also recognizes that doesn't stop you all from being able to have more children, if that's what you both want, of course. It's that he's insufficient. And a lot of insecure men don't want you to be able to see the areas of their life in which they will be a failure within. And he would fail at. So he's blessing you, but not showing you. You said you are one of the coolest guys on social media. Merry Christmas, honey. Merry Christmas to you too, baby. Her name is NY Mexarican. You said, love you. I second that. Thank you, baby. Let me see here. I'm going to read one or two more questions. I'm going to bed. It's late. Explain the difference between a situationship and dating exclusively. How old are you? Because isn't that obvious? A situationship is not exclusive. Who is exclusively in a situationship? Some of y'all like girl, a situationship is two adults doing what they do, playing house or acting like they're in a relationship when it's convenient, but no one's making a commitment to each other. An exclusive relationship is that. An exclusive relationship, you both have called out, agreed to it, and your behavior reflects it. Right? Don't waste your time, baby. Don't waste your time, baby. Don't waste your time, baby. And I don't have any issue with situationships, but let's be very clear that we're not going to do that if that's not what we're okay with. A situationship requires two people. Two people. We said that question don't count. We like, they done messed us up. That question don't count. What's the next one? Let me see here. Y'all gotta write some in the window because I don't have any in here. I've read all the ones that came into the questions box. So write the questions in the window. Make it good. I'll give you an opportunity to do it. Go ahead. I have any bubble gum in my bag? This is the bag I took to set the other day. I like this bag. I've been in the long time. Y'all writing questions in here? Am I just sitting here wasting my time? This is what I was looking for. It was in my bag the whole time. How I've been doing. That don't count. Do I want kids? Y'all ain't talking about me to get your questions answered. Do I want kids? Yes. How I've been blessed. Let me see here. No. All right. You say I'm tired of leaving and starting over. You talking about relationships? What's my advice? What's wrong with leaving? What's wrong with leaving? I know we want our relationship to be forever, but what's wrong with if the season of that relationship is not a long season? Some of us think that, oh my God, I'm a failure at relationships because my relationships only last but so much time. They go 3 years, 4 years, 5 months, 8 years, whatever it may be, but nothing lasts forever. Have you ever thought about the fact that maybe you're a person who evolves at a quicker rate than other people? Because when people evolve very quickly and they're dynamic individuals, constantly changing, constantly growing, it goes without saying that more than likely you're going to outgrow people faster than other people might. Someone's like, I've been with my partner for 40 years. That's amazing. That's amazing. And I hope that as you both have evolved, you've been able to evolve together so that you both can stay compatible and healthy for one another. But in some cases, some people evolve so rapidly and so dynamically that they outgrow people quicker. It's not a flaw. There's nothing bad with you. We've been indoctrinated by society to believe that you're flawed if your relationships don't last beyond a certain amount of time. But you're not leaving and starting over. You are letting the relationships run their course. And then when it's healthy and time to move on, you do that. Now, if you were to tell me you got commitment issues and you're leaving healthy relationships because you can't function in them, then that's a different question, right? You said, I just saw a question I wanted to answer. I liked it. Okay, you said, should you date a guy if you aren't attracted to him? I previously gave you the advice to find an ugly man and date him because he's going to treat you better. But you still got to be attracted to him. There are men who are traditionally unattractive that I would find very attractive, that I have found very attractive. Because he's got a certain swag to him. Maybe it's the way he acts. Maybe it's the way he treats me. You name it. I don't know. It could be any number of things, right? So would it be ideal to be with a man who's very attractive? Of course. Of course. But that don't mean that I can't be attracted to a man who, just because he's ugly to you don't mean he's ugly to me. Girl, is he tall? He got big hands. Is he smart? Girl. Well, your man don't look like who I'd expect you to be with good. Then your whole ass would stay away from him. Okay? So yeah. You said, but a lot of unattractive men are insecure. A lot of people are insecure. It has nothing to do with their attractiveness. Should I give a guy who's 10 years younger than me a chance? If y'all both grown, what's the problem? Girl, y'all be missing on the opportunities for happiness. Well, I'm 46 and he 36. And? You like him, he like you, he gonna treat you good? You gonna treat him good? Girl, I ain't missing on happiness waiting. Girl, please. Half the time, y'all just worry about what people want to think about you. You worry about what a bunch of single broads are going to think about you. They ain't got nobody. And that's okay. But they should not be deciding who you be with. Is the woman the prize or is the man the prize and why? Both of y'all are the prize. If you're a woman and you believe you're the prize, why would you not want to be with a man who's comparable? If you really believe you the prize, so to speak, wouldn't that indicate that you deserve to be with someone who's also a prize? So that it's like meeting like. To me, if you are if you only want to be the prize and he can't be a prize, also mean like you all both can't be exceptional. To me, that's more of a reflection of insecurity. That you have to be the superior one in a relationship. Girl, I need like to meet like. That's how you end up with an insecure man when you the prize and you treat and he ain't and he don't believe he the prize. He gonna act real insecure because he believes he's less than you. You expecting a man to treat you like a king? I'm sorry, to treat you like a queen. Don't you think you need to be with a king? So do I think? Yeah, I think both of y'all the prize, and I think you need to move accordingly. Because an exceptional man needs to be treated good as well. Not you just sitting here, treat me like I'm a princess. I'm the prize. I'm the princess. I'm the prize. Girl, bye. There's a whole lot of women out there who will expect princess treatment, but will also give him prince treatment. And I guarantee you, in fact, I would encourage him to leave your ass for one of them. Why should he not be with someone who treats him exceptional if he's also treating them exceptional? It should go both ways. Absolutely. 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 You know what I mean? And exactly. A man does have to think you're a prize in order to chase you, of course. But you gotta think he a prize in order to want him to catch you. When I ask more questions, I ain't ask you bros to put all these in here. Shit, you gonna have me on here all fucking night. Let's see what the next one is. What do you think the difference between a long distance relationship and a marriage? What do you think the difference between a long distance relationship and a marriage? Sometimes my man makes marriage so small. Girl, I don't know what you just asked me. You gotta rewrite that. I understand you passionate about this, but baby, reread that and then write it the right way. How do you handle some? No, I read that one. No, I read that one. Why can't men respect when you don't want to be intimate with them? You set that boundary in the beginning. Okay, can we just go there for a second? You have a right to set the boundary to not be intimate when you don't want to be intimate. You have that right. And there's nothing wrong with setting that boundary. But if that's your boundary, then you need to be with a man who feels the same way. I'm putting it out there. Grown men, more often than not, will want to be intimate with you eventually if they like you. Now, that don't mean it's got to happen on date 1 or date 2 or 3 for that matter. But at some point, they will want that. And if you are celibate, abstinent, or just holding out indefinitely, maybe until marriage, whatever, I don't know, no judgment. But you recognize that that's a choice that a lot of men don't subscribe to and a lot of women don't subscribe to it. But there are some who do. So I think that because you made the choice to focus in that way and treat intimacy in that way, which you had a right to do, there's nothing wrong with that. You need to specifically date people who feel the same way, which may mean that it may take you longer to meet people. But I think that it's completely unrealistic to expect men to curb their, or women even, because it goes both ways, to expect adult humans to curb their expectations around physical intimacy, which is a natural part of how humans interact with each other, right? It may not be something you do when you just meet someone at the grocery store, but at some point, right, humans do that. That's a part of how we interact, and it's one of the ways we interact. You know? So again, there's nothing wrong with your expectations, but I think you have to vet men differently. Let them know this is where your head is at up front. And if they're okay with that, then you keep dating them. Right? And if then that's not what they're okay with, then be okay with that and move on to someone who is okay with that. You know what I mean? Because that's something I think you kind of cover up front. Because wouldn't you be mad if that wasn't your judge? And then weeks and months into this, the person still saying no? Let's go on a picnic date. No, you can't come to my house. I'm not going to your house. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And you like, we've been dating for 6 months. What we do? No, I'd rather wait. Just don't date them. You have a right to your own choices, and those choices should be respected. But I think that it's going to be easy to find people who are going to respect you that if they feel the same way, basically. I don't want you to feel bad about your choice. I'm not trying to shame you about it, but you know what I mean? Ooh, you saw Miss Moody said. She said, the truth of the matter is, if you don't, he'll find someone else who will. I have found that to be true with men. I have found that to be true with men, Mrs. Moody. I have found that to be true with men. Let me see here. I just started dating a guy who works 2 jobs and has a little time. I'm a single mom and an entrepreneur, so I'm busy as well. He seems like a good guy. Would you just walk away or would you work around our busy schedules? I would be direct with him. I'd be so direct with him because what do you have to lose? You're considering leaving anyway. That's the best time to be direct when you already are open to leaving because that means you ain't got shit to lose. I'd be like, you are so busy. And now put it on you first. We both are so busy. And I am really enjoying getting to know you. And I don't know, I can't see the future, but I feel like you're the kind of guy that I wouldn't mind exploring and seeing what we could be together. Like, yeah, true. But I gotta be honest with you. Do we have I'm willing to make time, but is that something you want to do? Because I don't know if we both have the time for this right now. I think we gotta both make a choice. Is this something we want to make time for? And be clear about what that time could look like. So he'd be like, yeah, I want to make time for it. Okay. So is there like a day of the week or something like that that we could set aside for us? Or, you know what I mean? Like, even if it's not the same day every week, we know that at least one night a week is our time until we can get more time. I would be very direct with him. I would be very direct with him about it. Not in a bad way or an accusatory way, because he's not doing anything wrong at all. Right? But yeah. How would you detach from someone you still have to co-parent with? I would probably only communicate with them in writing. So text messages, things of that nature, because that leaves less opportunity for emotionally charged conversations. When the children are being exchanged back and forth, so to speak, unless they're like really small, like an infant or something like that, we don't have to see each other in those interactions. When he drops the kids off at home, you just be at the door to open it. Or maybe the kids old enough to have a key, they can let themselves in. Same thing when you drop them off. The kids get out the car, go to the door, you just watch, make sure they get in there. You know what I'm saying? If it's really bad, I would find an intermediary, an aunt, an uncle, a relative who can handle the transitions and everything like that. If it's really tough, then maybe get the course involved, but I don't think that's necessary for most people. That's just my opinion. I don't co-parent with anybody, so again, this is my perspective. It may not be as nuanced as your situation, but I think you get in essence what I'm saying. Oh, you said, MJ, you're the big brother I wish I had. Well, baby, I am your big brother now. MJ, I need your help. How do you deal with an avoidant attachment man? When do you give up? As soon as you recognize he's an avoidant attachment man? Girl, avoidant men who can't commit, who can't attach, who run every time. Avoidant men, you pull in close, they pull away. They will do things to pull you close, and then when you pull in, they pull away. That is emotionally abusive. It ain't no avoidant attachment. That's emotionally abusive. They got all these nice things to call it. That's emotionally abusive. Men who put in energy to make you get attached and then they pull away. Girl, no. The minute I recognize you're avoidant commitment issues, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'll never see you in the same way. Now, you know I'm fake about this kind of stuff. I'm real fake. I own that, okay? And so I can be nice to you in public, but I'm not going to sit up here and... No, I ain't doing all that, girl, bye. I'm not doing that. I'm cutting you off. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We can be sweet and be nice, but we'll never have a future together. I do. That's just a different type of sick. He said, as a fellow Pisces, I need to hear that. I know, baby, because we attach. And sometimes it's hard for us to let go. But the beautiful thing about us is once we do let go, we done. you know? So yeah, girl, be done with that. That's my opinion. I would not deal with it no further. Anyway, I told y'all I was gonna give y'all 2 more questions. I didn't answer like 6 or 7 of them, okay? I didn't did my job. All right. And for the compliments of my hair, thank you. All right. There was someone who was insistent on asking earlier, is your hair naturally like that? Is your hair naturally like that? And I just love when people ask that question because they really be trying to play you. It's the same person who tried to play me last week with a question and I read them for filth. But they probably don't know the same thing today. I don't know. Anyway, no. Yes, my hair is natural. It's my natural hair. Absolutely. I put a curl cream on here and a leave-in conditioner. But my hair is dry as hell right now. So, yes, anyway, if y'all have some recommendations on how to stop my hair from being so dry, please let me know. Because when I color my hair, I didn't expect it to get this dry. But she's a dry girl right now. Okay? All right. I love y'all. I'll put this on YouTube so you can watch it. So give me a moment so you can watch the replay over there. You want to buy my book? Get my book at the link that's directly above or below this video. Bye.